Still think this could go to 3 games with how these teams are. I feel like we are going to see a lot of game 3s tonight. We've already seen a bunch of game 3s tonight, but
yeah.
you know, it's hard to bet against Bing Bong, especially with how we saw them play earlier. But if there's a team that can give them trouble this early on in the bracket, I think Missouri is that team. If they can play well, though there's a mistake in Clavin immediately off the draw. He's going to score not even 20 seconds in, Bing Bong on the board.
And that's going to be one of the things that we're watching out for. Again, we talked about it before. Bing Bong plays solid fundamentals, and you have to be ready to stop those. And not to say that Missouri don't play fundamental Rocket League, but they are a little bit flashier. They tend to kind of go for some of those plays. Chalks, again, he's that leading attacker here for Missouri, whereas on Bing Bong, it's kind of a, you don't know who's going for the shot because these guys all equally have that strength to go in for it. And so it's going to be tough here.
Another whip. That's 2 whips from Missouri in the first minute of game 1 that have led to goals directly. Ethanol unable to make that touch, and this is what we were mentioning about Missouri. I mean, I really hate to say it, but you know, Missouri can be one of those inconsistent teams, and these kind of mistakes are going to get punished every single time by a team like Bing Bong. And we've already seen it. They've been given 2 goals for free, Ryan, and they start the series pretty easily.
Yeah, well, I mean, this was even one of those things that we talked about already in their last matchup, is that happens a lot, is you don't know what you're going to get from this Missouri squad. And Ethanol picks up this shot off a pass from Chalks. And that's the thing, though, is Missouri, they've shown that they can be that top-level team, but they've also shown that they can fall pretty far below that. And so it's a matter of which Missouri are you getting. And, you know, after 2 huge misses like that for Missouri, they're probably, they probably beat themselves up a little bit there in comms, but that was the first minute of the game. They have plenty of game left ahead of them. Just iron it out, shake it off, move on, keep playing. These guys have got what it takes. I fully believe that they can give Bing Bong a really good run for their money here.
Well, we are going to have to find out. Still Bing Bong with the lead as we approach the 3.5-minute mark here. Game number 1. Clavin going to get taken out by Blanks in his own goal. Shock's going to rotate back, use the corner wall to play this one up. Good keep in from Clavin. Now Blanks taking his time out of his own corner. Lemon Puppy's going to keep that one in, and Ethanol gets taken out on the backside, opening up. Clavin is there, but Ethanol off the respawn. Able to make that play, and now Shocks just trying to get the ball clear, and this is where it starts to get scary. If you're Missouri, you can't get hemmed in your own zone here by Bing Bong, especially when you're running low on boost. You can see the boost starve starting to take effect on the orange side. As this is going to fall down, Blanks needs to get this clear, and he will. He even forces Lemon Puppy up to make a play. Now Blanks with a pass over to Ethanol. Chalks is waiting. He'll find the touch, and Lemon Puppy will have to clear it. A solid transition from Missouri. Didn't look like they had much, but they turned it into a shooting opportunity. No, it doesn't turn into anything. It's good to keep Bing Bong on their toes here with halftime approaching 2-1.
Yeah, and if you can keep Bing Bong on their toes, you give yourself more chances to make things happen, and that's going to be what you're wanting here, is just opportunities. If you can give yourself more opportunities, you just made things a lot easier to try and activate some of those offensive touches. But again, I mean, we're now getting past it. There's still a 1-goal lead here. But again, those come off of mistakes from Missouri. And if Bing Bong take this, it means that they just won off the mistakes if they don't pay, if this just is the final scoreline right here. And it's like, that weighs on you as a team if you're Missouri.
Well, that's what I was saying. I mean, it was an easy start to the game for Bing Bong, a nice 2-goal cushion. And they've just played the game that we talked about. They play this methodical game. They're not rushing things on the offensive side of the ball. They don't really care how many goals they score as Lemon Puppy finds an opening. And again, it's just the defensive breakdown from Missouri. This time not a whiff, but nobody
We see
home.
both of them picking up boost. There's just nobody around ready to do anything. It's just have somebody moving back to the net. If one of you is going to pick up boost, have the other move to the net and then rotate out as one moves back into net. Keep somebody there to do anything they can. And again, this is just one of those inconsistencies that we see from Missouri.
Man, I really wish Rocket League was that easy, Ryan. The way that you described it. If it was that easy. Especially especially when you're going up against a team like Bing Bong, who absolutely loves to get in your face. I mean, Clavin, known for his demo play, known for his, as LSU would put it, his ball chasing ability. But
you're right.
But right now, it's Bing Bong out to a 3-1 lead. Missouri doing what they can to try to keep things in. They've been able to get a good number of shots, but not a whole lot of dangerous ones, especially on the rebounds. We haven't seen a ton of rebound plays for the orange side, as it's been mainly kept away. But there's a demo. This time, Clavin going to get taken out on the backside, and that is a great way to bring yourself back within one.
But even before the bump and demo happened there, we see a bit of confusion for the Bing Bong players as they run into each other. And so as we see Missouri coming in for this play, there's just a lot of confusion and destruction happening there on the Bing Bong side. And, that was unfortunate for them, but it worked out plenty well enough for Missouri right now as they bring it back within one. And, they got 30 seconds left. If anybody can pull it off, I definitely believe it's Missouri because we've seen them do this before.
Well, final 20 seconds. Ethanol, he's going to go up the corner wall there. Gets it around Daru. Good play by Chalks. Lemon Puppy wants to keep it in. Final 8 seconds now. Still a goal needed by the orange side. That's Blanks. Right on to Clavin. He plays it right off of Ethanol. Not sure that was exactly what he wanted to do. It keeps the ball in the air right now for Missouri. Oh, good touch from Clavin. Now down to Blanks, though. He's got Chalks there. Bump onto Lemon Puppy. They can't get there in time. And that'll be Bing Bong. And all of a sudden, those defensive errors, those 2 goals to start the game, are what decided here. If they didn't give up those 2 early goals on those 2 whiffs, this could have been 2-1 in favor of Missouri.
It's not even just those 2, though. Even the 3rd goal was off of a defensive mistake. Every single goal here was off of those defensive mistakes from Missouri, whether it was them having a whiff, like right here, we see this mistake coming out, and Clavin just drives it home. But then we also had the 3rd one where nobody was home. Everybody was off picking up boost. And you just don't want to see that. And so Missouri, they have to be kicking themselves for this one because those were all preventable goals. It wasn't that they got outplayed or anything necessarily. But when they pick up their goals, they did outplay Bing Bong. So it's just tighten up the defense here if you're Missouri.
Well, I think the thing to take away, too, for Missouri here is that the series isn't over. You didn't drop the series by losing this game, though it does make it a lot more difficult. This being a best of 3, you've got to win the next 2. But again, I think that you clean up some of those errors if you're Missouri, and all of a sudden the game kind of turns around on its head. Maybe a little bit of nerves from the orange side players, maybe just a bit of unfortunate luck, but either way, we're underway with game 2. We'll see if Missouri can clean those things up and keep their offensive aggression going. Because right now, honestly, Bing Bong hasn't really convinced me that they can straight up beat this Missouri team yet.
Yeah, it's definitely debatable. Bing Bong didn't look too incredible necessarily, but they never look necessarily incredible, if that makes sense. Again, they play that fundamental Rocket League. It's not glorious, it's not glamorous, there's really not a whole lot of flash to it, but it works. And that's what you need in these games. It's something that works.
Well, they're going to be on the offensive side of the ball here as we close out the first minute of game 2. So Ethanol able to play it away. Clavin taking his time on the back wall. Here's Blanks down out in front. That should be no problem for Lemon Puppy. And he'll get that one around Chalks as well. But still good pressure here from Missouri. There's a good pass down to Chalks. It'll bounce dangerously in front. Daru trying to take his time. Good move around Blanks, but he can't get by Ethanol. That'll force Lemon Puppy to clear. And so far, majority of the play has been on the Bing Bong half. Not a whole lot of dangerous opportunities, but also not letting Bing Bong get into their defensive rotation. What a touch from Blanks. The double off the back wall beats the defender, and it's 1-0.
Yeah, and Blanks just giving himself so much space. He takes it past not one, not two, but all three defenders. He does it all by himself, and that is what you want to see here if you're on Missouri. That is going to be that momentum boost you need, and that's going to be the morale boost. That's going to be your rallying cry as you move into the rest of this matchup.
Well, you've got to be careful because there's Daru.
What?
The open goal for Bing Bong, and they can't find it. As a gift was given, cash check, unfortunately, was Bing Bong. It'll stay 1-0 now. 3:05 to go, and I'm sure that will be in the back of our minds, depending on how this game ends up as well. This is going to be Chalk's able to clear it away. Clavin wants to keep it in, and now it's up to Bing Bong to try to make sure they steady out here. They get on the offensive side. That's a good start from Clavin. Getting the demo on to Blank's going to open up some space as Daru corner wall looks for the pass down, but not going to be hard enough. That should be Ethanol able to clear it away. Not the greatest touch, but it does find its way back to the blue side.
Yeah, and they're trying to get that offensive foothold they need. Daru tries to make something happen. He tried to make up for that failed shot attempt earlier, but they continue on here in the orange half. And I gotta say, once Bing Bong takes some of these shots, they look good, and just, it's unfortunate that Daru couldn't find the back of the net on that one, but like you said before, that could be one of those things that's sitting at the back of our minds, depending on how this one goes, just as it did with the last one. Those whiffs, those mistakes that you find in the offense or in the defense are, I mean, those are very much the ones that can make the difference. But Lemon Puppy comes in and picks up a goal to get the equalizer.
Yeah, this time it's the post from Daru that starts it off there for Lemon Puppy. Blank's in a really difficult spot to try to make that save. And finally, the pressure from Bing Bong pays off here in the past 2 minutes. They've been able to generate that offense, get back on the orange side, and we can see it's starting to affect play now as Daru's going to score, and just like that, Bing Bong will take the lead. Lemon Puppy returning the favor. Great pass off the back wall.
And Daru right now, he's going to be the one who picks up the goal off that pass from Lemon Puppy, so he's going to be at net zero now. He's going to feel like he made up for that earlier mistake as he helps bring them into the lead.
Lemon Puppy and Daru connecting with one another twice in the past 15 seconds, giving Bing Bong the lead. The double demo, though, going to leave Daru the only player alive for Bing Bong for the moment. Lemon Puppy off the respawn. We're going to find the touch, though. Chalks wants to turn this into something. Can't quite get it down to Blanks, and Clavin will play it onward. Saved by Ethanol. He'll play it on. Chalks, corner wall, towards the front of the cage. Blanks is going to rotate forward. Solid challenge, but Lemon Puppy's there. Is anyone home? Chalks just reaches it. Just in the nick of time, able to make that play. It'll stay 2-1. We're approaching the final 65 seconds. Missouri, they need to find one more goal to potentially send us to overtime here. And right now, it's not looking great with how well Bing Bong has been able to keep things out.
Yeah, and just again trying to hold down the fort right now. 2-1, 47 seconds left. And, you know, Missouri, they've got to find it here. This is do or die for them. And, again, I said it before, if anybody can find these last-second goals, it's going to be this Missouri squad. I've seen them do this plenty of times, but they are doing this against a more formidable team than some of the ones they're used to.
Well, here's
Actually,
Daru.
one of the opponents was the one they played.
Well, yeah, absolutely. I mean, Clavin from Michigan, it's certainly a wonderful collegiate talent there. Right now, still Missouri trying to find that goal. They need to get out of their own zone. Not the greatest touch from Clavin. This will give Ethanol some space. He's got a one-on-one here. Flicks it up. Chalks is there. Looks for the demo on Lemon Puppy. It's not going to be enough, though. He'll play it down towards Blanks. It'll stay up in the air. Ethanol's there, but he can't get by the defense.
It's still alive.
It stays alive in the corner, but only for the moment as Daru's going to kill that one. And that will be GG's. Bing Bong moving in into the next round up against Suppington in the winners bracket semifinals.